Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where we are continuing our game as the Knights. It is now 1724, and the bell is tolling for the Ottomans. As you can see, we have finally started to actually spread into Ottoman territory properly, having actually taken their capital in the previous war. So Constantinople is once again in Christian hands. We've been building up what is essentially an island nation. We took Rhodes, Crete, Cyprus, Venice, Corfu, and what was that one? Jerba. Then we started to spread into North Africa, just so we had a little bit more of a hold for force limits and manpower and that type of thing. And then in the last war, we actually invaded and took Greece. So yes, our hold here is definitely starting to spread. I believe... Though we... Wow, okay. We are seriously short on manpower. I'd forgotten about that. Making a lot of money at the moment, though that's... Gonna need to recalculate, I think. Yeah, so... Our armies are fairly weak right now. I think we've been putting down a lot of separatists and rebels. Are you guys training right now? Yes, you are. Good. But the main news, of course, is the strength of the various navies. So my navy is sitting at 219 vessels. Wow, I have 73 transports. Really? Alright. And 93 galleys, 34 light ships, and 19 heavy. So I've very much got a combat fleet here at the moment. While the Ottomans, way down here with 25 galleys and 10 heavies, are just completely dwarfed by our naval power. So, huzzah! The most important thing is we liberated Theodoro. Yeah, we did. Theodoro is back on the map, right there. So, we basically just need to wait for the truce against the Ottomans to end. I think we were just helping Ethiopia in a war against them, which is why there's a bunch of Ethiopian troops up there. Although Ethiopia is dealing with their own problems down here. I'm kind of surprised they didn't call me in, but also kind of happy. Right, so how big is my army? 60. So I can get rid of 13 ships, unless of course I want to build up the fleet further. I think I'm going to start using 2 stacks of 40. So I can really get rid of 33 ships if I wanted to. Although being able to drop the entire stack at once is pretty nice. Oops, that's not what I meant to split off any older ships. Travical, I think, are the newest. So we're going to start off getting rid of just 13. Go down to the 60, because that's how much manpower, how much of an army we have right now, and we can change that again later. Can I diplo-vassalize Theodoro? I don't think I can. I looked at that last time. No, and we're a long way away. They consider themselves too far away, despite the fact that they're basically in the same sea. Oh well. So let's let time run by a little bit, let the money recalculate so I know how much money I actually have to play with. Though that could well be right. It is, quite key. And that's not even from war reparations, that's just my trade income. Do I have advisors? I do. How am I making this much money? I mean, this is awesome. Oh. No. Right, yes, I've started to collect money in Genoa now. That's how I'm making so much money. Even though I only have like 30%, because I've started to actually take over northern Italy. I'd forgotten about that particular piece, which is pretty nice. And I'm very good relations with the Pope, so hopefully we can kind of share Italy between us. Probably not, knowing how the AI plays. We can make a couple of states. You know what, Emilia Romagna would make sense. Let's do that. Huzzah! Hey, Atari Onzo, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Maudlings. Haha, appreciate that, thank you. Very much. And we also need to core those two. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go. Onwards. Onwards! How's your channel doing at the moment, by the way? So I see you stream quite a lot, because I see your notifications on Discord. Watch you often enough to want to throw cash at you. Well, I very much appreciate that, thank you. Burger requesting military access, fine. I could probably start to afford level 2 guys. I think I'm still going to go with the level 1 for you. Are either of you half price? No. And the clergy estate is so powerful I don't want to do that. The only one I could really afford is the yearly inflation. Their influence needs to be higher. We could do that with the grant monopoly charters. You know what? Because I'm making so much money, I may as well. That gives me a bunch more admin points to play with as well. I'd really like to get this minister as well. But that will increase my influence to 85, which is extremely dangerous. Yeah, that's not going to go down. Although the recruited Inquisitor is going to go away in 3 years. But it's just the fact that there's basically a base level of 20, 50, 60. Their base level is 60 for me. Because they have to have that many controlled provinces because they require a large portion of land because I'm a theocracy. And also I'm a theocracy, so they have even more power anyway. Yeah, still streaming, not quite as much as I was, but regular enough. Well, I would recommend anyone that wants to see more of this kind of content, go check out Utari's content. It's good. And you'll be able to see me playing Dungeons & Dragons on Tuesdays. If you want to post a link to it, go ahead, Utari. Swing out tea supplies. I managed to tear up, so usually the tea bags come in pairs. And when there's 2 of them in the teapot, they're actually easy to kind of hook out and pull out. But I managed to tear the connection between them all when I was pulling them out of the pack. So now I have to really fish around in there. It's difficult. You say I'm going to conquer some territory in India. Or pillage, I don't remember. I don't think I said anything like that. That was the March of the Vikings entire campaign. I could, but I think my focus is still going to be on just tearing down the Ottomans, restoring Christian rule to the Mediterranean. And then technology. No, we're still a long ways away from that, although we're going to be peeking out of this very soon. Oh, this actually shows the diplomatic relations. Did it always do that? I don't remember it showing diplomatic relations like that. Right, Manchua's a vassal. I'd forgotten about that. Manchua are quite big. When can I start to annex you? I already could, and it would cost me the Diplo, of which I have lots. Let's do it then. Oh wait, hang on. How much aggressive expansion do I have? A little bit, but I think I can handle that. I still have very big friends. And we are still making a small fortune. Are there any buildings I could be doing? Yes. Wow, Venice could make me a small... wow. I've just not been building production, apparently. Because that's a lot of cash available there. I think it's because my income's just been so dreadful for most of the game that the fact that I'm now making money is kind of phenomenal. Also, the other thing I need to double check is when can I raid? I already can. Right, let's go on a raiding party. Raiding party. I think annexing does give you AE, but not as much. Could be wrong on that, though. It's been a while since I've done it. Are they in the HRE? Nope. Because there's definitely some kind of negative associated to it, and I think it is if you are annexing someone in the HRE, then the other HRE members get pissed off. That might be the modifier I'm thinking of. Because I'm not really used to using vassals unless I'm in the HRE. Yeah, these knights are powerful, and because I have the plus 100% naval force limit, like my navy is just dominant. And because I'm so naval based, basically my core territories are islands, I'm impossible to invade. 2 of our most trusted advisors, Elise Armeli and Alerd Zondardari, have been talking a lot recently, plotting, some say, drafting plans for the Knight's future, others say. Whatever they are discussing, it is clearly controversial enough to warrant some secrecy. Finally, they approach Grand Master Antonius Emmanuel I to present their results. The thick stack of papers contains plans for monumental changes to the nation's trade practices, including increased protectionism, regulation, industrial policy. Radical, some would say. Necessary, Elvira Zamerli says. Profitable, says Alardes on Dari Dari. What does Antonius Emmanuel I say about this? So we can gain 5 mercantilism, admin power, diplo power. Well, they both piss off and we gain 200 power of each. Well, I want to keep them because one of them is the level 3 that I just hired. Radical to simpler minds, but not to the Grandmaster. I will take that stability hit because we can actually change stability pretty quickly. And we have no reason not to have high mercantilism because we have no colonies. The only downside for mercantilism is the increased liberty desire from colonies. Because we have access to that. And we generate papal influence extremely quickly. Although... Actually, what is the Pope's feeling about us right now? It's already at its maximum. Because I have a diplomat constantly doing that. Right, you're in a position to go raiding again. Let's do that and get some more free money. And then... Construction... Counting house, still can't afford it, 255. Yeah, those are kind of expensive, but wow, the profits available are huge. Right, the other reason I'm making a ton of money is because I've just cored all of Greece. Duh. Oh, you've arrived. Raid. That's all Catholic, so we can't steal anything from you. However, Austria is Protestant. We could certainly steal some money from Austria. I wonder how this campaign's going to affect the history of the universe. I'm not sure very much, actually. Like, the Middle East would still be really unstable. Protestant, well, I guess that actually the biggest difference would be how entrenched Protestantism is. And also my favourite ever thing, a huge Vinland. I love this fact. I mean, yeah, having a massive Protestant Holy Roman Empire is kind of interesting, but no, nothing beats Vinland. I mean, come on. And more money. Now, however, I'll start making less money because there's a lot less of an Ottoman coast I can take. No, Britain didn't go Anglican. I'm still very bitter about the Protestant movement in Europe, actually. Because when the League War fired, for some reason, half of the Catholic side were just locked out. The Ottomans, me, I think France were in it, England was locked out. Like, seriously, half of us. And we had a massive dominance over them. I think their only major power was Austria. And we had, like, the Ottomans, we had France, we had Britain, we had Castile. It was very annoying. Right, my next target is going to be Alexandria. Because I need to start pumping some of that juicy cash more towards my own territories. And I'd also like to take Aleppo, because there's a surprising amount of money coming through here. At least I'm getting more of control over Constantinople, but then all the money I'm pushing into Ragusa, half of it's escaping into Vienna. But unfortunately, Ragusa is very difficult to get more control over. Okay, I already control like half of it. Territory-wise. It's just because there are so many small nations here, with all of the bloody caravans, and the caravans just sap away so much, it is extremely difficult to get good control over Ragusa. And that's actually one of the biggest problems facing the Mamluk, facing Venice. I mean, the best thing would actually be to try and push as much money through Alexandria as possible, and then just skip Ragusa entirely, which is actually what I'm doing right now. It's just that there's a lot of money in Constantinople too, being pushed from Aleppo. So right now I'm just making Austria rich. Uprising. I was not ready for that. Keep on raiding. Oh, we have converting. Go ahead and do that. And actually, with the amount of conversion that I'm going to have to do when I take over the Ottomans, I might well want to take religious ideas. I've been resisting it so far, but I probably do. Or humanitarian. Not humanitarian, what's the other one? Humanist. Available 26. So it's actually next time we get a new one, and admin is what we're going to have to take. So this probably will be between religious and humanist. So religious just lets you convert stuff more better. Also increases papal influence. And devotion. Okay, I did not realise that increased devotion as well. I mean, it makes sense. Clergy monthly loyalty would be quite nice. National unrest would be quite nice. Years of separatism is always nice. Promoted cultures for us could be useful. How many do we have? We are at our maximum. And we're starting to get some Italians too. Interesting. We do have a lot of different nations in our nation. Okay, you've arrived. I think I'm going to wait until the end of this month and then we will launch this attack. Go. Right, we have loads of money because I've been ignoring that. And I think I actually need to build up my manpower, although those are very small amounts. No, we'll continue with the counting house. What are the knights? Utari has been answering. Sovereign Order of Knights Hospitaller, or the Knights for short, also known as the Knights of St. John. And yeah, you've done a far more complete rundown than I would have. Crusading Order of Knights monks that provided escort and aid to pilgrims, a little less martial focus than the brother orders like the Templars. They're called a sovereign order because they held sovereign territory over Malta after being kicked out of Rhodes by the Ottomans. The island hopped from Cyprus to Rhodes to Malta. While no longer holding territorial sovereignty, they are still treated as a nation-state by many nations, especially Roman Catholic nations. They're also active in Britain as the Knights of St. John's Ambulance. St. John's Ambulance are the remnants of the Knights Hospitaller in England. Right. Now we really don't have any more uprisings for a while. That's the Anglican branch. There's also the German Lutheran branch. Okay, you know a lot more about this than I do. But yeah, they're kind of an interesting group. They have very varied history. They also have a record for like one of the most uneven defensive sieges ever won. Was them versus the Ottomans. It's like 10,000 against 200 and they still won. Cossack aggression. We are going to shout at the Hungarians. And they agreed. Clearly they don't want to fight the might of our nation. Actually, are we allied with Hungary? No, Hungary's allied with Austria, so Hungary could actually be a problem. Who are my allies? We forget. France, Castile, Papal States, and Ethiopia. Yeah, I feel like Hungary was an ally for a while, but we lost them for reasons. Right, they started to decide that they wanted a bunch of territory over here. So actually, once we've taken this, then me and Hungary will probably actually be chill. You're taking attrition while you're sitting there, so that's probably a bad idea. Let's go and move you back up to Tunis. I might well need to start splitting you into two. Do I have two generals? I do. My generals are ridiculous. Because we have really, really high army tradition. Which somehow is still higher than navy tradition. I'm not ever quite sure why. But whatever, it's fine. So split you in half, we'll put you in Berserk actually. Give you the other general, start you drilling. Again, innovativeness is awesome. Although it always seems really expensive to try and raise. Except just over time, which is just really, really slow. Still, 21% gives us a 2.1 reduction to all power costs. Like everything. Technology, ideas, harsh treatment, everything. Build another production center. There's all good speed 4. Oh boy, Crimea's in trouble. By Tver. Tver is definitely Russiaing up. I mean, actually, this world would already be very different just because there's no Russia. Like Siberia, still uncolonized. 1727, no Russia. Brandenburg's grown. Denmark inherited Sweden. Yeah, we saw that previously. And Norway is still independent. Oh, the trader died. I really want to get the level 2. Right, that ends next year. It would be 75 if I did recruit this guy. Do it. There is no way I'm going to regret that decision. Shit, he's an admin, isn't he? I made a mistake. I was thinking he was Diplo. The Diplo one's the military one. Bugger! Right, do I have any inflation that I actually need to pay down? No, so we can replace you with the national unrest, which is actually going to be more useful long term. And then military. When do you become available? 3 more years. Okay. Trade protection against Morocco. Looming disaster. Yeah, that's going to go up pretty quickly. Thankfully it doesn't fire until 31, so we'll be okay. Tunis has coastline again. Yeah, just a bit. When's my truce against you end? 5 years. You get 5 years of peace then. Build that. What's the max? 999, so we need to stop. Alright, production upgrade it is. Salt provinces are almost always worth upgrading. Okay. Gives us some more free money. And, of course, the clergy get upset. But we want more land. 20% of your entire country is not enough. Can I turn you into a state? Can. Yeah, have some fish. Still not enough? Really? Crikey, you guys are greedy. I'm not going to give you anything valuable. Island? Haha. There we go. Venice just got a new cardinal. So how much of this am I gaining a month? Every year I'm gaining 11 papal influence. Cool. The Nag's Head rumour. Whispers and glances at Grandmaster Antonius Emmanuel when he travels. The streets of Venice are caused by a disturbing rumour. People actually believe that Grandmaster Antonius was not consecrated solemnly, but instead was consecrated with a Bible pressed to his neck while inside a tavern of disrepute. What? I'll take the prestige hit. I regain prestige pretty easily. We are a conqueror. Years of separatism -5. You hear that, Ottomans? Apparently the guy who beat up the Ottomans is now known as the Conqueror. Wow, he's 70. Crikey. Ooh, infantry combat ability. Yes, please. There we go. Clergy are no longer rising to power. And the nobility have lost some influence as well. Oh, right, we don't have a Diplo guy. Because I am still waiting for you. Still 2 years away, so we're going to hire someone cheap in the meantime. Trade efficiency, sure. Just so we can keep that going up. And we are very nearly at full strength again. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. I still need more manpower. Also, are there any places that have not built shipyards yet? Oh boy! Yes. Lots of places. So I could increase my naval force limit even further. Not that 236 isn't enough. Oh, we're actually really low on ships. I was waiting for something. I was waiting for this so I could start getting the great frigates, which is the last upgrade for light ships. Then I can just dominate the trade. That's what I was doing. Thomas Corentontis has corrupt connections. We try to keep our administration free of dishonest individuals, but we cannot always account for the friends and contacts that got them where they are. Thomas Countoriotis has unfortunately turned out to be a good example of the problems that follow from this, being skilled and personable, but somewhat gullible in its choice of associates. Our recent investigations have revealed that much of our well-built trade network relies on bribes, smuggling and other dubious activities to reach its current level of efficiency. Thomas K. claims to have known nothing of this, which is likely true. Nevertheless, if we expose and end this, the responsibility will be his to take. So the guy that I just hired can get fired, or we gain a tiny bit of corruption. Am I paying that down at all? No, we should be. Let's spend 10 ducats a month paying that down. And we are now actually gaining manpower. Marvellous. I wanted to upgrade the forts. Okay. And military professionalism has made our retiring deserting officers very attractive to the other countries of the region. So much so that they are not properly vetting the defectors they recruit. As Spymaster reports, they've managed to get a number of agents into the service of the Milanese crown. Nice. So some of them are already pretty darn good. The ones on the islands I don't care about so much. You need to be upgraded big time. You're kind of an important one. So yes, I will save up money for that. That is indeed an issue. Has my professionalism reached 100 again yet? Oh, so close. And then we get double drilling bonus, so these guys become super duper elite even faster. Marvellous. Continue the conversion. Three more years. When does the truce end with the Ottomans? 32. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.